Welcome to the June 21st, 2016 San Bruno Planning Commission meeting. Roll call, please.
Chair Biasutti.
Here.
Vice Chair Kayal.
Here.
Kevin Chase. Member Johnson.
Here.
Member Mishra. Commissioner Peterson. Commissioner Samut.
Here. Thank you. Commissioner Samut, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Commissioner Samut. For the folks following along at home, you can find the information for this evening's meeting at www.sanbruno.ca.gov. And for the folks in the audience, if you could turn off your cell phones, pagers, all electronic devices till after the meeting, we'd appreciate it. Item 1, approval of the minutes for April 19th, 2016.
Through the chair, I would just like to add something. In your minutes, it has conditions of approval 1 through 188, so it doesn't have the condition list with the two, with the errata, with the 2 additional conditions. So we'll correct that in the minutes that go up on the website.
Very good.
With the 190. Yeah.
Thank you.
Through the chair,
Commissioner Kyle.
I move to approve the minutes with the provision explained by Manager Sullivan.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second?
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Minutes are approved. Communications.
The only communication is that David Waltering, our Community Development Director, will be returning next week, so he'll be present at your next Planning Commission meeting.
Thank you. Item 3, public comment. Is there anyone who'd like to speak on something that's not on the agenda this evening? Okay, public comment is closed. Conflicts of interest. Anyone have a conflict this evening? Okay, great. Then we'll move on to item 5, conduct of business. None. Item 6A, 260 Del Norte Avenue. Staff report, please.
Thank you, Commissioner. This is a request for a use permit to allow a large family daycare operation in a single-family residential zone per section 12.84.200 and 12.96.060C6 of the San Bruno zoning ordinance. Yunhin and Michael Shen are the applicants and owners of the home. Staff recommends that the Planning Commission approve use permit 16-010 based on findings 1 through 4 and conditions of approval 1 through 24. Just a brief description of the project here. The primary daycare provider is proposing to enlarge an existing small family daycare facility at 260 Del Norte Drive to care for up to 14 children. A use permit's required for a large family daycare facility for more than 8 children in a residential zone and also requires approval by the state of California. The applicant is not planning on expanding or altering the home beyond the requirements listed in the conditions of approval. So a building permit wouldn't be required for any expansion of the home. The applicant expects to have a total of 10 children. It would be 11 including her own, which is on its way in her care at one time and does not anticipate reaching the 14-child maximum. And just to kind of clarify this a little bit, if you flip over to Exhibit C, there's a sheet that's called California Family Child Care Staffing Ratio and Capacity. And on that sheet, it kind of more clearly explains what the requirements are for different licenses for small and large family daycares. So for a license for 14, a large family daycare home can provide care for up to 14 children with an assistant present if all the following conditions are met. at least 2 of the children are at least 6 years of age, no more than 3 infants are cared for during any time when more than 12 children are being cared for. The licensee notifies a parent that the facility is caring for 2 additional school-age children and that there may be up to 13 or 14 in the home at one time, and written consent of the property owner when the family daycare home is operated on a property that is leased or rented. However, if that first condition is not met where 2 of the children are at least 6 years of age, which in this case does not apply, then the license would be for 12, and since the applicant has the intention of applying for 12, it's 14 up to children age 6, and it'd be 12 if they have children that are under the age of 6. So it's essentially just allowing for them to comply with the state regulations for a large family daycare home. Some additional information, the applicant is currently caring for small children between the ages of 1 to 3.5 years old, and the applicant's going to be operating large family daycare in the same manner as this current small family daycare. They operate from 8 to 6:30. Children are dropped off from 8 to 9:30, and they're picked up from 5 to 6:30. With the proposed expansion, the applicant's expanding the drop-off times to 7:30 a.m. for drop-off, and then pickup times will be extended out to 6:40. And the goal is so that the applicant can meet the condition of approval that staff added to require applicants to have expanded drop-off and pickup times so that there are no more than 2 cars every 20 minutes for drop-off. And you'll notice that we've attached to the staff report a pickup and drop-off schedule that was submitted to us by the applicant, and it'll show that they've contacted every single parent that's part of their program currently, and for potential applicants that would be part of this large family daycare expansion, and you'll see that they've coordinated so that there are no more than 2 cars dropping off children and picking them up every 20 minutes. As far as existing conditions, the property is located on the east side of Del Norte Drive between Amador Avenue to the north and Monterey Drive to the south. So far, the applicant's been operating a small daycare facility at the location since August of 2015. There have been no code enforcement complaints regarding the small daycare facility to date. As for the public comment process, we received comments from 4 neighbors in support of the project, 4 neighbors in opposition to the project. And you'll see all the written comments I've included in Exhibit F of the staff report here. And I've summarized all the comments below in the public comments section. In general, the top concerns among neighbors, as is typical for these types of projects, is traffic and parking, which is why we worked with the applicant to establish a pickup and drop-off schedule. We've confirmed via photographs from the applicant that they have a garage that is free and clear and able to park 2 vehicles. They're currently using that space to park 2 vehicles, and they have a free and clear driveway, which is going to be used as the designated pickup and drop-off location. It's stated in the conditions of approval that that all parents of the children who are in this program are required to pick up and drop off their children only in that designated location. As far as comments from the fire department, they've conditionally approved the project pending a site inspection as is required per the code, and they've included conditions of approval as part of the project. Public Services and Buildings approved the project, and building comments were addressed as an additional attachment to this staff report. Going a little bit into the analysis here for the project, staff found that the facility would not create an undue negative impact on the neighborhood. And really, it's for the reasons provided in Statement 1B in the analysis section. As I mentioned, we had a pickup and drop-off policy that was clearly established between the applicant and the parents of the children in their program. We confirmed via site visit and photos that that indeed is the case, and there shouldn't be an issue with parking of vehicles or pickup and drop off for the site. Additionally, we've noticed that while the property is located next to other areas which might have impacts due to traffic, it's relatively buffered. It's not along a major thoroughfare as opposed to some of the adjacent streets in the neighborhood. And one other thing to mention is that both next-door neighbors for the applicant spoke out and contacted the city in support of the project. They had no complaints with regards to noise of the existing small daycare facility, no complaints regarding traffic or parking for the existing facility, and thought that the project would be a benefit to the neighborhood overall. Additionally, I wanted to point out that there is a section in our general plan 2 which suggests that that the city encourage the development of large family daycare or family daycare facilities in all areas of the city. And what we found based on our research of large family daycare facilities in the city of San Bruno is that there aren't any located in this neighborhood. So we found that it could actually be a net benefit to the neighborhood. And this concludes my staff report. I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have.
Thank you. Any questions for staff?
Through the chair,
Please.
I'd just like to commend you on a very good report. It's very clear, it's very concise, and very professional. It was easy. Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks.
We'll open up to public comment, and if the applicant would like to step to the podium and tell us about your project. Yes, it is your turn now.
Hello everyone, my name is Serena Harshal. My English name is Rachel, so you can call me Rachel if you want.
My name is Michael Shen. I'm the husband. Thank you very much.
Good evening everyone. Thank you for coming today to hear our project. We have a small family daycare home since last August, and we are going to expand the capacity to accommodate our newborn baby and the several community children. I love children very much and got my master's degree in early childhood education. We created a nice and lovely environment for children to help them grow. My husband and I sincerely care about our neighborhood. Since we started the application, we visited our neighbors door to door and asked for their concerns. And we also hosted the neighborhood meeting. We work proactively on parking by dedicating our driveway for children park-off, pick-up, drop-off, and setting up pick-up, drop-off schedule with the parents. Here, please give me the chance to clarify one critical misunderstanding regarding the maximum child number. The license allows 14 children, only if 2 of them are over 6 years old. We all know 6 years old children will go to elementary school for free. So the maximum child number for us will be 12. Excluding our own baby, the maximum child number is 11. In our daycare, there are 2 children are brothers. So the maximum cars will come to our daycare will be 10 rather than 14. With our parking plan, we will handle the future parking comfortably, and we sincerely hope to get your support. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Would you like to add anything to that?
Okay. allow me to introduce our neighbor, our right door neighbor. As mentioned, both our next door, right door and next door, John's neighbor, they are strongly support our program. They are being very generous to us, and today I really appreciate Cecilia from 270 Del Norte make effort to come here. So, do you mind?
Would you like to? Please.
Thank you very much, Cecilia.
Good evening, commissioners. Good evening, city staff. So my name is Cecilia, and I'm living at 270 Del Norte, and then so obviously I'm their next door neighbor. So if you're talking about impact, I have the most impact, right? So far, I don't feel any noise. I don't feel any parking impact to my everyday life. So I'm here tonight to support their application and their request. So from day one, they're passing out like plans and papers that let me feel get involved. And then so, they hosted a community meeting 2 weeks ago, and they explained their plans. And I think they're well educated, and then I think what they're working for, it's really benefit the whole community.
Okay.
Through the
Thank you
chair?
very much.
Thank you.
I have a question for the presenter.
For the presenter?
Yes.
Okay, of course.
For the speaker. Thank you for your information, Cecilia. I wanted to just check. Questions are coming up about parking, and I'm not suggesting that this should be done, but since you're right next door, and if parking becomes an issue, would you be willing to have your driveways used as a parking for the parents to come in and out?
If anything I could do available, I'm willing to contribute.
Okay, thanks to know. Glad to know that. Thank you.
Any questions for me?
No? Okay, thank
Thank you very much.
Any questions for the applicant? Mary?
Through the chair for the applicant?
Please.
Okay. You can step to the microphone. Well, it appears that you've done a lot of homework. You've done a good job by meeting with your community and educating everyone as to what you're doing. The biggest concern always in family daycare or board and care homes that come up, it's always about noise and parking. And in family daycare homes, you can go up to 12 or up to 14. And you're applying for 14, although you're indicating you're not going to have more than 10. And it makes sense from a business perspective to maximize that opportunity. I would be doing that if I was in your position as well. And I'm looking at all your credentials. You're Montessori, you have your early childhood degree, you have a business degree, you have lots of knowledge. And I trust that knowledge is going to be tremendously benefit your business. The question that I have, even though it's not required by licensing to have outdoor space, it's first I must tell you that I'm in the business. I also do this work, so I'm familiar with it. The thought of children not having any outdoors, up to 14 children or even 10, even 5 or 6, and they're with you 10, 12 hours a day, it's a significant amount of time without outdoor time. And I'm hoping that there's some level of, it's not required by licensing, and I'm not making it a condition, but I have to voice my thoughts on this, is that when children don't have any outdoor time, there's lots of value to outdoor time. If you can just speak to that. I know that you're on a steep hill and there are a couple of logistics you have to work with, but is there any opportunity for outdoor time for children?
Actually, our backyard is a slope,
Yes.
so it looks dangerous. The reason why we don't open the backyard, because we want to make sure the kids, they are 100% safe.
Of course.
Yeah, and then, there's a very big window in our living room. So when children stay inside, they can see the wheel of the ocean, so they can see the trees, sky. Yeah, hold on a second. Sorry. And we also provide a lot of indoor activities, like we provide the beanbag activities for tossing, for them, let them move a lot, and we do kids yoga. Indoor yoga, and we also do some like rocking chair activities to make children move.
So it looks like you've addressed the gross motor component
So
of,
that's another thing. If you, Mary, if you look at the floor plan, on the main floor plan, if you look at
We did.
the main floor plan, we have a huge sliding door. The square feet of that wall is more than 100 square feet is pure glass.
yes.
And the air, if we open it, there are about 40 square feet can directly let the wind flow. Might have a chance to go to our home. So basically, our window area is almost like that wall. So the kids, basically, if we slide the door and put some barrier so kids won't get out, they can basically experience similar activity even in our living room. We have plenty sunshine. So I hope someday you guys can drop by and take a look.
I'd be happy to do so. Thank you for
Thank
the invitation. And I understand that you've made many excellent provisions to give them that feeling of outdoor. And as I indicated, I would not decline your project necessarily on this situation, but I just really can't help but lobby for the fact, you're on a slope, but there are decks. You know, if you have a deck, sometimes there is an opportunity. But thank you for your presentation. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, thank you very much. Is there anyone else from the public who would like to speak this evening? Sir, would you like to say anything, or no? Oh, okay. That's fine. Thank you. All right, then we'll move the conversation, close the public hearing, and move it back to the commission for,
Through
Through the chair,
Go ahead, Mary.
I'd like to make a motion that the planning commission approve use permit 16-010 with the findings of facts 1 through 4 and conditions of approval 1 through 24.
I will second that, and I just wanted to add a quick comment that I thought that they did a wonderful job on the presentation. You did your homework, just as Commissioner Johnson said, and very good. Thank you.
we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay. The motion passes, and there's a 10-day appeal period before you can proceed. Item 7, city staff discussion.
Okay, now we come to the moment when we look to you to nominate 3 members to be on the Architectural Review Committee for the July 14th meeting. Do we have any volunteers? Or 3 volunteers?
July 14th. I'll do it.
Okay.
I can do it, yeah.
Okay. Planning Commission discussion.
Okay.
Anybody? No? I would like to say congratulations with your baby, and I wish you a lot of luck and good fortune. You're very welcome. Anyone else? All right, with that, we'll adjourn till July 19th. We're done.
All right, very good.